this picture of me. I literally photoshopped my engagement ring out. Oh, now you have to cut it out.
I thought she was gonna say she photoshopped her edges in. I was gonna be like, damn.
First of all,
Damn,
don't
Gina.
come for me. Don't even come for me.
You leave just.
Well, hello. Welcome to Dig on
Why you
America.
like that?
I am Jason Dutch.
I'm
I
Anna.
thought we were all going to.
Hey. Hey, y'all.
I thought that was an obvious pass.
You can't be out here doing them white chocolates, dude.
Let me introduce
You
the
ain't
man in
Ja-
the yellow shirt over here.
You
The
ain't Jason
one, the
Williams.
only, the one, the only, the glassified yellow shirt king.
Come on, Yellow
Wow.
Shirt King.
What
Wow.
movie is that where
He
they call the
said
guy
Yellow
Captain
Shirt
Yellow Shirt?
King.
The man in the yellow tee.
What movie is that where the guy calls him Captain Yellow Shirt? I know Seth Rogen says it, but I can't remember who he says it to.
I don't know what
There,
movie that
Captain Yellow Shirt.
I don't know what
is.
that
It
is.
sounds like it would be funny in the movie.
It might be 40-Year-Old Virgin, but
Might be.
anyway.
I always get stuck
Free
on my
house.
man. She's a hoe. Faux show.
She was a hoe. Oh, show.
So you wrote she was hurting for a squirting? You wrote that? Yeah. You got to keep your bitch in check. Nah, saying?
Oh, and before we get yelled at,
Goddamn
Lamar.
secret. Who the fuck is
I
Lamar?
saw
Hi,
Anna and Lindsay get
Constance.
yelled at.
It's Lamar.
Anna and Lindsay got yelled at by a listener on fucking Friday.
Oh, yeah.
Whoever that listener
Somebody was
fuck
mad
off.
because they said we were so. This show is not fun. It's boring. I'm like, sorry, we're only talking about police murdering people. I'm so sorry that this is the worst topic.
How you supposed to,
I
how
hate
you
this.
supposed to intro that? Hey,
The person was like, "Oh, I wrote something and you didn't respond to me."
It's not about
Yeah.
you, dude.
That's
He was mad because we didn't put his comment up, and I was like, we're actually trying to process this and talk about it in real time, and also
Yeah.
be kind of thoughtful about what we're saying because this is a podcast. Like, it's not like it's just thanks, Constance. Constance was on the whole time, and Constance also had
Lamar.
thoughtful comments as well.
We're trying to help you, Anna. His name is Lamar. He on his wife thing. That's Lamar.
Oh, that's Lamar.
Yeah,
Oh, sorry,
yeah.
Lamar.
That's why I was like,
I'm like,
Constance
thanks,
is
Kendrick
Lamar.
Lamar.
Constance. Okay, Lamar. Thanks,
How you logging into
Lamar.
your- how you logging into your wife profile?
Hey, don't worry about
It's
that.
his
He
mom.
got warrants. He in
It's his
Wipro.
mom. It's his mom's
Thanks,
profile.
Lamar.
If he was
Well-
entitled to
Well,
speak on
Lamar
such
Lamar
matters,
slash Constance.
And
I'd
by the
have no
way,
comment.
I know
He got his shit on a
Constance.
VPN.
Constance is Constance is a very dear soul. So hi to the real Constance out there. Hi
Hey.
to the real
And
Constance.
she
Hey,
like right
let
now
me-
she in the back
let me
like,
update.
hey baby. Hey
Let me-
baby.
let me update everybody.
Oh,
Lamar.
Constance was his mother's name. Oh,
Wait.
Oh,
Hold on a second. Hold on.
he said
Hold
was.
on. What do you mean was?
Oh,
Did you say
Now
was
we
on
now we
purpose?
all waiting for Lamar to tell
No,
us about
because
his mama.
If I know Constance. I've known Constance
Yeah.
for 25 years. I don't know anything about a was.
before this gets heavy, hold on. If y'all will remember, there were some jokes
What?
in the chat
Oh my
and-
god.
and on the show.
Dude, I'm so sorry.
That's so
Our
sad.
condolences, man. We didn't know.
Condolences from the whole
I
pod,
had
man.
Sorry.
no fucking idea. I had no idea. Dude,
I'm sorry.
I know I lived out here then. That was when Jed passed away too. Dude, I'm so sorry. I loved your mom to death, dude. She was like one of the fucking COVID.
Damn.
Go fucking figure. That Constance was one of the fucking dearest, sweetest people. Like, she was the manager. Haas, you'll know what I'm talking about, I think, of the West Winds Motel in West
Is that
Chicago.
Port? Taylor Port?
And like she ran the hotel and like lived in a room there, and like every time I went over there, I was treated like family. You know, she was the sweetest, most like authentic woman. That woman was a treasure. So I had no clue whatsoever. So I'm so sorry I didn't know that. I apologize. Like, I've known that lady since 91 or 90. So
That's before I was born.
and COVID, go fucking figure. But it was a myth. It was a myth, though. You know, fucking myth. Anyway, Mikey, you didn't get properly introduced. Say hello.
Speaking of Lamar has said several times on the show, I have to lighten this up. Levity. He said, "Oh, my kid plays those games." He showed up in my stream. My kid plays those games. My kid will mess you up. I had his son. I had the son, and I'm like, "Hey man, what's going on?"
The young prince.
The young prince, and me and him have played several games together. And you know what he realized? This water gets deep. He didn't know I was like that. So if any of the rest of y'all got sons, great grandsons, whoever you got, send them my way, and they can study under my tutelage.
What are you playing?
I had just gotten the new Call of Duty.
I'm gonna find out what the games my son plays, and I'll send you his gamer tag.
I watched them play. They good where they at.
We already know what his gamer. We already know what his gamer tag is, isn't it?
I checked their gamer
act.
I got
what was
their
that line he used.
I checked their gamer scores and their gamer tags already. They're fine where they're at.
When he was talking about the girl you like, the country singer, he said she stacked up or something like that.
Caked up. That's Rocco. I'm talking about
caked
Cam.
up. Is that
Can
his,
I tell
is
y'all
that his gamer
something
tag?
funny?
Caked up 2022.
Because y'all finna do y'all finna male dominate this conversation. I'm about to assert my dominance here.
Uh-oh.
So last week when I was on the show with Lindsay, so Dutch was setting us up right, and I didn't have my eyebrows on right because that's the makeup I do. I do my eyebrows and I do eyeliner. Let me tell y'all how this went. So listen, let me tell y'all how this went.
You made my eyebrow. You made my eyebrow itch by saying that.
I fill in my brows very carefully, as you can see.
Damn.
And
Beautiful,
I do also eyeliner, as you can see here, from here to here. So I didn't have any of this on, and that's all I do for work. Like, I'm like, let me at least draw some eyebrows on. I'm going to work. Like, and usually when I'm talking to y'all, it's because I've got off of work and I did my eyebrows for work, right? Okay.
Gotcha.
I get ready. But it just so happened that on that Friday when Lindsay had me I was doing the left angle completely by surprise. I had been working from home, AKA didn't have on any eyebrows. Okay.
Uh-oh.
I come into the studio. I was like, well, I'm just going to do like a little natural face. Like, I hope I'm not ugly. So I'm going to just log on. So I get on. Dutch goes, I don't think you have your light on. I was like, what you mean? He was like, your light is not on. I was like, my light is on. He was like, your light isn't on. I was like, yes, it is. He was like, something is different. I was like, Dutch, I don't have on any makeup. He was like, oh.
Damn.
Okay. Sorry.
Hey.
And I was
Rest in peace. Rest in peace.
Whoa.
They'll never find them.
Y'all see how many expressions I can make with eyebrows?
Yeah.
I don't know that it was coming through. So I say all this to say, tune in to the left angle from Friday. You will see my eyebrowless face. We talk about Tyre Nichols and a litany of other things that are lighter than the Tyre Nichols situation, although that is a very important discussion. So please go to our channel on Dig on America. See me without eyebrows. See if the lighting looks off. I may be ugly without it. I don't know. But I will tell y'all what, y'all will never see me on Beyonce's internet without eyebrows again. Because Dutch has successfully let me know that the lighting just doesn't look the same.
This is all very unfair.
We can't see my eyebrows going up and down in conversation as such. Y'all see that?
He called her the light-skinned Whoopi Goldberg.
No, he didn't. No, he didn't. He didn't do that.
And so, long story short, thank you, Lamar. Lamar was tuned in.
Yeah,
thank you, Lamar. But tune in to the left angle with Lindsay and me.
Headshot, chilling with no makeup.
I was just ready to say that. That's when you're the prettiest. I hope you don't take this wrong.
I have this conversation with men all the time. Y'all say that, but y'all don't react to that. Y'all respond to the makeup. Y'all say the Drake line, and then y'all respond it.
You need to go and look at my wife's pictures on my Facebook page then, because she wears very, very minimal makeup. And that's what I love. I just saying.
And I'm not saying
my wife, hold on.
I'm glad y'all love your wives.
I have a rebuttal, counsel.
Okay.
Yes. My wife has Ipsy, like the little makeup subscription joint. They send you like a little makeup bag. She gets one every, I think it's like 2 a month.
Don't do her.
It's stacking up.
Okay.
Because she knows she could just look however the hell she wants to around me and look at it stack up, baby.
Watch it stack up.
She's just like
2 kids later.
She just likes looking like her now because it's hot. It's hot to me.
Flow State has a question, which is, what are eyebrows even for evolutionarily? So here's the interesting part of that is that I believe that the brow bone actually used to, like with Neanderthals, actually used to protrude over the face. And my understanding was that like that was like the original, like when it's raining, so water, raining, sun visor. No, for real. Like, so it wouldn't get, so like elements wouldn't be able to impact your eyes. And it was like a protective measure for your eyes. And I think we just kept the hair there as we evolved, but I think that was the reason why, because it no longer needed to protrude out in front of our face. I'm pretty sure that's the reason. I'll look it up and get back to you, Flo. But that's a good question.
Because chimpanzees and other apes have eyebrows. That's why we have eyebrows.
Humans. That's a different little line. It's a different little line. Thank you, Lamar. Listen. First of all, I'm not going to argue with y'all, and second of all, I'm sure that y'all love y'all wives with no makeup, and boys say that all the time. Oh, you look so beautiful. Eye umbrellas, yes. So oh, you look so beautiful. You look so beautiful. But then it's just like, but y'all respond to the makeup because I go somewhere with what?
Well,
men.
First of all,
what you mean by respond?
No. First of all, you said boys. You said boys. We are men.
Oh, excuse me,
and men respond differently.
Thank you.
Okay.
Let me see that. Okay. Males,
he did the finger pull back like 6 times.
He did. Males and men respond differently to makeup. Y'all say y'all like natural, but I will say this. I'll say this. Now, this is being the honest to God truth. If I go out somewhere and if I don't have on any makeup, let's just say out of 10 people, 3 or 4 people might say like, oh, like basically I like your face or some variation of a compliment, right?
There you go.
But if I wear makeup, that number goes from 3 or 4 to like 7 to 9. Like it's like a huge difference.
Because sometimes there's more men than boys. I mean, boys than men.
No,
boys.
We not because this is the same control group.
Ergo, if I joggertize my retraction, you can see.
So Flow State also has another point.
Yes.
Flow State agrees with me. Flow State says 2 things that I think are important. First thing is I respond to makeup, won't deny it. We're missing Flow State's comment.
Hold on. Let me tell you something you don't know about Flow State. If you want to agree with the Proud Boy just because he's agreeing with you right now, just go ahead and own him for the rest of the fucking show. No, that's your fucking best friend now. You want to use Flow State? Your Honor, Your Honor,
he's a Western chauvinist.
Your Honor, counsel.
We love him, but we love Flow State.
So here's the thing about heels. High heel shoes, because I actually looked this up. high heel shoes were invented because men, by being physically taller than women, were always able to look down on women. So that it was to elevate them so that they would have a certain physical status, like in the workplace
wow.
and things like that. So that, but originally going way back, heels were worn by men for other types of fashion purposes and things like that. But in
I
American
thought that
history,
they were like invented to make the
he dropped out of the Proud Boys. Flo State, are you just saying that? Can you drop out of the Proud Boys?
It's blood in, blood out.
You no
Send
longer.
us some bruised
I don't
up
know.
pictures, dude.
Does dropped out mean that you dropped out of
Hey,
the group?
just
or
now.
that you disavowed the. You disavowed the.
Did you disavow the whole ideology?
He's
or-
talking,
The
he's talking
ideology.
to, he's talking to Anna right now. So yeah, he left.
Yeah, my original
I'm
Proud Boys?
comment.
Who the
Flow
fuck is the
State,
Proud
which I didn't-
Boys?
I've been done with them Cowboys.
I didn't get to the
Them
first
just my
comment that he
friends.
wrote.
That's my cousin.
That's really my friends.
He said earlier, he said, peg those beta males. I was going to say, hey, Flo,
Flo
takes
State,
one to
why
know
would
one.
you say that?
Takes one to know one. He knows. So
Nah, it's
Hey.
cool. That's your
Okay.
boyfriend now. That's your little chat
Yep.
boyfriend now, Anna. You claimed him
I
up.
don't even
You met a
have a
black girl.
boyfriend. I will have y'all know. I don't
Her
want to
name
be a
is
part of the.
LaShonda turned him out.
LaFonda
said, "No,
from
look,
from
He
Napoleon
wrote it next morning
Dynamite
said
turned him
Black
out.
Lives Matter. He said Black
Wow.
Lives do matter. Holy shit.
You're gonna be wearing a do-rag next time you come on the show.
Like Kip.
I
You're
am
gonna be out here
so
like Kip.
shocked.
You're gonna be out here Kip Dynamite in this bitch.
Wearing a Black Panther t-shirt.
Black Lives Matter
I
shirt.
am shocked, y'all.
Red, black, and
Flo
green
State,
do-rag.
this just hurt me. I don't know if you know if the pain is palpable. This hurts. This hurts. Okay, this really hurts. I did not know you was a part of that. Why
gonna
are
be-
you doing that?
He gonna be walking
Hey,
up.
Adam.
Hee-saw, ha.
He
Wee-saw,
gonna-
ha,
He
ha.
gonna DM. He gonna DM
Weesaw.
Anna like Grand Rising Queen.
He said he black not Flow State. Now we going a little far.
That's your man's.
We going a little far.
He's
gonna have
not
a
all the
shade.
way here yet.
He gonna have
Anna.
a fade.
The evolution has only just begun. He still has the Neanderthal forehead. It's got a recess over
Flow
to it
State,
beyond.
you just took the wind out of my sail, bud. I don't know. I thought we were going somewhere, and now I just don't know where we are.
Hey, Haas, he gonna try the white people dreads. He gonna
Mhm.
try it.
Don't try dreads.
Then go back to the fade.
Gonna go
Don't
to
try
the
dreads.
fade.
Anywho, I just wanted to bring light to the fact that Dutch was visibly didn't know who I was without eyebrows.
Wow,
I-
Dutch.
He said, "Hi, is Anna there?"
I push back on all of
Hey,
this.
He's like,
I
hey,
counterpunch all of it.
kind of looking like, are you guys related?
pushback? What's your
My
pushback
counterpunch
on
was
it?
I thought your
Oh,
light
you must
wasn't
be her
on.
roommate.
Mm-hmm.
I thought the light wasn't
You
on.
must
That
be
was
her
all.
evil twin,
Mm-hmm.
Savannah.
You fell for the
But-
trap, man. You fell for the trap. Well,
It
now you
wasn't
know.
even a trap. I had on
Yes,
a
it
hat.
was.
I was
And-
I'm finna be the
and,
most incognito that I can be. And he was like,
Anna, it
The
was a
camera's
trap.
off.
Anna, it was a trap. When you get done talking, it's still a trap. You trapped
How?
him. You set him up to make the worst wrong answer possible to let him get lampooned by us for the last 15 minutes.
oh, well, let me set
was a
y'all
trap.
up. Let me set y'all up.
Oh man, I don't get set up. I don't. Fifth.
Do y'all wives watch the show?
Wait.
No.
Hell
Why? See? Why he spelled
Not
do-rag?
Flow
with-
State.
no. The Mountain Dew. Yo, he wearing a Mountain Dew rag. I'm done. Not the Mountain Dew rag.
Not really do-rags. He said do-rags.
Not the do rag.
Appropriator.
Hey,
Yo,
I'm
Mountain-
not even gonna hold you. Why would you spell it like that?
Hey. Give the man some time to evolve his views. All right. Give the man.
Ooh.
And then, look,
Oh my
Candace Owens
God.
won. Candace Owens
He
won Born in
said-
a
He
Day.
said do-rags.
Oh
I
wait.
said do
Yes, he
rags.
was.
He wearing morning miss rags.
The Dr. Thunder rags.
Okay, all right. Flow
Them
State.
Fago rags.
Do is spelled D-O-O because it's short for hairdo.
No, it's
DU.
not hot. Look at you.
Yes,
You
it
got
is.
the
It's
wrong.
DU.
That's the
son.
wrong black information. Let me
No,
find out you
hey,
ain't part of the
hey,
culture.
You
I'm
going to
not
Sally?
even
You going to Sally Beauty Supply? It's DOO. Damn it.
No, it's not.
First of
It-
all, Sally is the white beauty supply. Number one, I don't even know why you're going in there. That's how I know you're not part of it,
Hold on,
Haas. Number
hold on.
two, it's spelled with a
It may
U.
have been a while since I had my waves, but anyway.
It's
Yeah,
spelled with
you know,
it's spelled with
Anna-
a U.
Anna, I need you to be sensitive right now. Haas hasn't had waves in a while, okay?
No,
And you're being insensitive. Yeah, he knew
He's
the
trying
old,
to prove
he
a
knew the-
wrong point.
hey, he knew the old spelling, okay?
that's what we
That's how
call it
long
back
it's
in-
been.
I'm
That's
older
how
than
long.
y'all. Respect your elders.
That's how long it's been, Anna. That's how it was
But
spelled.
why
back
are you
then.
going Sally's?
Because they didn't
They
be the
got
ones.
the hair
out
shit
here.
for my kids.
You got it.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
all they got out
Alright.
here.
Alright,
Yeah.
alright,
That's why I go get the stuff
Alright.
for
Take
my
him to
kids.
the hood. You better take him to
In
the
the
hood. You better go to the
In the
hood.
hierarchy
I'm
of
not trying to
important
drive all the way
things
to
in the world,
67th to Vincennes for no stuff.
Ain't nobody trying
And
to
I'm trying to
for
say,
some
I'm
$3
going to
worth
get
of for
first of all,
$3 worth
because
of product?
you can't get them $3 products at Sally's.
I'm just saying,
I
why
get
would I
mine at
drive
Sally's for my kids.
all the way to the city? That's like $1 billion in gas. I might
Because
get
you can't
300
get them on
tickets.
Amazon. So when you go there, you got about like 10.
Hey, when I go to Sally's,
I
I
spent
get the sport
$30.
waves.
I spent
get the
an
sport
hour and a
waves
half
for my
to spend
son.
$30.
I can still get
And
the
how
Blue
long are
Magic.
you gonna have a good hairdo?
Blue Magic.
3
Blue
years.
Magic.
Hold on, I
3
can
years.
still
Blue
I can-
Magic.
I can still get the Blue Magic coconut oil.
What you
Don't you hate on Blue Magic?
How you gonna hate on Blue Magic?
What's bad about no for Blue Magic?
Man,
Y'all don't be keeping up with the
listen.
YouTube girls. Do we know about Blue Magic that it is grease that sit on your hair?
Yeah, duh. We boys.
It's supposed to penetrate the strand. Y'all can at least be using Murray's, some pomade. Murray's don't never run
said
out. And I've
sport
never seen anybody get to the bottom of a Murray's jar. Have y'all?
I did once. I had
And
it for 3
do
years.
you have any hair?
I had it for a long time.
And how long did it take you to get the Murray's to the bottom of the Murray's jar?
I said I had it for 3 years.
Oh, 3 years? Oh, wow.
The lid was literally rusted on the inside a little bit.
I believe it.
starting to turn.
I've
yeah.
only
you know-
seen
hey.
one person.
You know what I used to do? I would fill the sink up with hot water, sit the Murray's can in the hot water,
Yeah.
wet my hair a little bit, let it and brush it.
Put the
And
do-rag
then-
on.
I would take the Murray's out of the hot water, take the lid off. It's nice and soft.
You can move it around now. Now you can get it
100
where you need it.
125 strokes in every direction. Pause.
Lamar said he uses lusters, and I know you talk
Yeah.
about pink lotion. I know that's the only reason people
No.
use lusters is for the pink lotion.
They make pink lotion, but they had a what's it called? A wave pomade too.
Oh, wave pomade. You was
Really?
using wave pomade or you was using pink lotion, Lamar?
That pink lotion, boy, I used to put that on my first kids.
That pink lotion
That's
was
trash.
on everybody kids, and it was terrible. But we used
don't
it
do
every
nothing.
day.
It'd take you 1,000 bottles. And we was like,
Yeah.
I guess it just really works.
He said
Hey.
pink lotion.
I'd be like this.
You it wasn't nothing.
And
It
just
wasn't
used to
nothing
just
in there.
sit.
It
It
didn't
just
do
used to
anything.
just sit. It didn't do nothing.
It didn't do anything.
So Dutch, tell us about your black hair problems.
I actually do have some.
Oh
about
Lord.
getting
Oh
it-
Lord. I
getting
didn't mean
it-
to set him up. Damn.
Getting the hair in his teeth.
The black
Bad
hair
house.
problems that I have. No, I actually
I'm
do
not
have black
listening.
hair problems. So here's my black hair problem. It's not
Strike
necessarily a black
one.
hair problem. It's a mixed hair, biracial hair problem.
Okay.
My daughter,
Yeah.
can't decide on what the fuck she's gonna use. I go and buy her a $10. First of all, let me just say, black hair care products cost way too much fucking money.
Obviously.
It's another plot by the man to keep us down, man.
fucking 16.
And then they hide it, and then they
for
put it behind the
16
locked
ounces?
plexiglass, like we're gonna steal it.
Yeah, I
No, it
can't even
wasn't
steal it
behind the-
now. I
it
mean,
wasn't-
yeah,
it-
I'm not stealing.
It wasn't behind the lock plexiglass, but like
Good.
they sell
What
it in
brand?
like 16-ounce. Hold on.
What brand is it? Cantu?
I
I like
do
Cantu.
sorry.
And two is
Can't
not
they
my,
sold
so
out?
y'all need to
They
start
sold out. It's
getting-
not black owned anymore.
Yeah.
Give me the black on stuff.
Mayo did too. Mayo is the most recent one
Yeah.
they sold to Procter and
And
Gamble,
then
but those
Shea Butter,
Mayo
Shea
products are
sold
so
out too.
good.
But they're gonna
See,
change the formula.
there was a whole
Oh,
okay,
Shea,
Shea Moisture.
they sold out too though. They sold to somebody.
But here's the thing, and this is a
that's
real
besides
topic.
the point.
This
The point
is well.
is,
Let me let
she
Judge
can't-
finish. Go ahead.
All right, sorry. The
No,
point
no,
Go
is,
ahead.
finish. You started.
this is 13 ounces,
Yep. Probably
For like
$12.
$13.
Yeah.
We know.
So
And
when
It's like
and then-
black
and then I'll
gold,
buy-
baby.
and then
It's
I'll-
black
and then I'll buy it. So I'll
And
buy it.
Yeah.
And then she'll be like, I need more. And then I'll buy it. And then two things here. Number one, there's still a third of a bottle in here. That shit
Yep.
won't come out. All right. So then she's
You
like, I
gotta
need a
sit
new
it.
one.
No.
you gotta
You have
sit it
to sit
upside down.
upside down. You have
Sit
to
it
let
upside
it
down.
I
fall.
put a little bit of water in it and shook it.
Oh,
Why you do that?
Oh, damn,
Because-
Rudy.
because
Just sit it upside
of-
down for the night.
because of chemistry. Okay.
No.
Because
Diluting the whole
Because
product.
when you put
Dutch.
a little, yes, but it's dried, so therefore
Dutch.
adding some moisture to it, I thought would work. Now, let me finish
That-
my point.
that-
Then you can
that-
lampoon me all you want.
That well,
Okay,
let's
point
take a
is-
break. Let's take a break right here, because other people might need to know this. If it's already to the point where you need to add water, it should have already been upside down. Before that moisture is gone, before that process is
That's
no
a lecture
longer
for my 17-year-old, not me.
well. That's why I'm telling you, so
Put her
you
on the
can
phone.
reach one to teach one.
Put her on the phone.
But-
Get her on
but
the
she-
line.
He puts. She uses
You
it
gotta
again.
flip
This is
that.
still full to about right here. So there's what?
Yeah, you gotta
3
turn that
ounces in
upside
there?
down.
Once you put
So-
water in there,
She
It's-
doesn't
it's-
do that.
It's over.
it does. It's not.
She
gonna
doesn't
do,
do
it
that.
anymore.
She says, "I need a
Or-
new bottle."
Or
buy
what
her
you
new
can do
bottles.
is here's something you can do like that. Tap it on the sides until it comes down, and then prop it up upside down. It'll slide down the side.
Look,
You know how I
Or
know?
You can
I
tell
didn't
her
know.
to
broke.
I
take
didn't
the
know
end-
that adding a thimble full of water to it was going to upset the environment.
Yes, 100%. Water's
You can't.
ahead.
We need so much oil and all that stuff that's inside that formula. If you dilute it, getting half
Can
is
I
like
put
getting
some- can I-
getting
can I
half
put
is like
some
getting
fucking
nothing.
Oil in there. Pour a little Pam.
It
in there.
depends on the kind of oil you use.
put some
and what
baby
kind
oil
of
in there
hair-
or some olive oil.
No, do not put no baby oil in there.
No, not ba-
So what
Put
you
some
can
baby
do also,
Canola.
what she can do also is get a rat. You know what a rat tail comb is?
A rat colony.
A rat tail comb.
A rat tail comb. You know what a rat tail comb is, right?
It's like a comb with like a really skinny point, like
It's-
a
it comes
pencil.
out to a point. It's
Oh,
metal
for
spike.
partying
I know
and
what you're
stuff
talking.
like that.
I didn't know that's.
So
I didn't know that's
she
what it
can-
was called.
It's called a rat tail comb. So
Yeah.
she can use
I thought it was a
that
comb
to
that
like.
you could use as a shiv.
You can.
Well, yeah, you can stab people.
No,
They
you can
didn't.
stab the
So
fuck out
in
of somebody
black
with that.
schools and some black schools, they didn't let you bring it in because
They
you can
won't let you
stab
bring
people
it
with
in.
it.
Right.
So they
But
make
you
you
can-
break the tail off.
Yep.
Yeah. But you could also break the teeth off or break the teeth off a pig
Technically, that would
and
make
stab
it
the
sharper.
fuck out of
but
somebody
okay.
too. So
Well, so what I was gonna say was that she could use the end of a rat tail comb and kind of dig around to pull
pull
the
it down.
product out too, instead
Yep.
of like having to like if you can't get it out, instead of putting water in it, just dig around and pull the product out that way too. Like because when you add water
Well,
to it, they're
the-
right. Like if you do that, then you might dilute it for what the product is. Like it's intended to be. a thick
Intended
product.
Water is
for,
the
yeah.
number one ingredient.
It is,
water.
but it has just enough water
It's
for
the
the rest of
balance.
the
It's the
ingredients.
balance,
You're adding
yeah.
too
But
much
what-
water
see,
now.
so here's where I need to fight back on this.
oh god, he's fighting
Chemistry.
3 black people on it.
Okay, but you got
Come
to
on,
explain.
chemist.
It's on you
Come
to
on.
explain it.
Come on, Bill
Chemistry.
Nye. Come on.
So
when she
here's
leaves
the
top-
numbers.
When she leaves the top off, okay,
Mhm.
because I just went in there and it's like it's not off, but it's like unscrewed most of the way, right? So you can
Mhm.
tell she was.
'Cause she
trying-
been
like,
doing
going
this.
in there.
Mhm.
Well,
She
I
been
think she
doing
was
this.
going in there with a knife or something like that, right? So I'm like, all right, water is number one ingredient. It's sitting open. It's drying out. Water evaporates. Oil does not evaporate. That is not a thing. Okay, so
I'm
the
telling you,
water is
man.
what is gone out of here. So logically speaking, adding a small amount of water to it should bring it back to its former self.
I got this, guys. Mikey,
Disprove the science.
Mikey Famine DeGrasse Tyson here. Let me tell you something. So if I put you in space and take all the water out of you
and then pour
and
water
then
on you.
put you in water, you'll be fine because the water's back.
No, I'd be dead from the water being
So,
pulled out
so
of me.
you know what
It
bonds
doesn't
are.
bring
You
things
know
back
what
to life.
you know what bonds are. You know what molecules are. Run that through the filter of what you just said.
So apply that.
You can
logic
just
to
by
spaghetti.
You're not
removing
going
the
to
water
get the
from
same
something.
bond. You're not going to get
By
the same
removing
bond.
removing the
spaghetti.
water from something, you're destroying the bonds that molecule had. You've dried it out. You've
Spaghetti
destroyed the
doesn't
bond.
become spaghetti again when you think when they make spaghetti or pasta, it's not wet. Of
Now we're
course
going
it
to
is. It's
compare
wet when they shred
pasta
it.
to other
That's called
chemicals.
a
I'm not
that's called a straw man.
No, it's not.
Yes,
called
it
a
is!
comparison. No, it isn't. Where's the straw? Where am I building up the argument?
It's different fucking molecules, dude.
It's not the same thing.
It's not the
I'm
same
talking
thing.
I'm talking about dehydration and
But
rehydration.
dehydration is different for different fucking molecules.
No shit.
Okay, then. So stop with the goddamn pasta. The shit that goes into the Shea Moisture, you don't eat that shit, do you? You don't make pasta out of that.
Well,
You don't make pasta out of it, do you? No.
You probably could live off of it. It's got a lot of coconut in there.
Oh my god.
Water coconut.
Let's move on.
If you are starving to death and the only two items in your house are shea butter shampoo,
Argument from
and
absurdity.
Dial, I'm going to take my chances with the shea butter
Ooh,
shampoo.
I have an idea. I'm just gonna start. I'm gonna make a little ticker for all the logical fallacies, and I'm really gonna piss Dutch off here. Hold on.
Okay.
You use so many without knowing it. It's fun. So
I think everyone does. That's part of the thing. But
that's one right there.
Okay, all I'm gonna do is bring this back to the subject, which is don't add no water to that baby girl products.
Don't water it down.
Just as a black woman, don't add no water to her stuff. Just turn it upside down.
The second part of the problem was, though, which has nothing to do with that, is that she'll use a product. So I've got a bunch of it here. Technically, there's probably 3 full bottles of it because, as I said, she doesn't finish it, right? She doesn't get the last little bit out. So if I were to combine the bottles, which I would get yelled at for that.
So what you could do is also, sorry to interrupt, just cut it open.
Yeah, I was just,
pull it out.
girl, we on the same page.
I was about to say,
cut
fuck
that.
Guess mama was not going to pay $13 for that bottle, and she seen it was still some stuff in that bottle.
Oh, you finna?
Yeah, that may be a good solution if it wasn't on the truck, but
hey,
nonetheless,
convertible.
She decided the other day that this brand no longer works for her, so I had to go buy her another brand, which costs just as much money.
What was that brand?
What brand is that?
She sent me a text message. I could tell you. And then she tried that for a day. Said, "Nope, dries my hair out. Can't use it. I can't get no fucking refund on that shit." And it was
hard. It's hard to know.
It's
all black
like,
hair.
For me, I grabbed Suave, and it. You know what you want to know something real crazy, and this is just a true thing. The molecular difference of like dish soap versus laundry soap versus, as long as they're liquids, versus hand soap is very, very tiny. So like, I'm like, it doesn't like people are like, oh, you can't use dish soap in your laundry. Yes, you can. You just have to use a tiny amount because it suds up, and when it suds up,
it's so concentrated. It's so concentrated.
Right. So the brand.
But if you change one molecule in crack, you fucked up. Gonna die.
You'll get Adderall.
I literally hate Haas. Not you want to bring it to crack. Mayo, that's what I was saying. Mayo, yes, the Mayo drops. What happened was
she said she didn't like it.
Okay, that's fair. Everything doesn't work for every type of hair texture, and a lot of black hair textures are different.
Is she a 3C or what? Real kinky?
Oh yeah,
or is it...
absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. No, she's both my daughters. Also, they even though they both have the same mom, they not exactly the same. Like my older daughter's hair is way like kinkier, way like more curly. Where my younger daughter's hair is less, it's easier for her to straighten it, I guess is the best way to.
Okay, so it's a
it
little
takes
bit more
4 hours for one daughter to straighten and only like an hour for the other one to straighten.
That happens.
That happens.
I have a completely different hair texture than my mother and my brother. Like I have
Rocco,
completely different hair
Rocco
textures.
has my Amistad kink.
Stop it.
Right? And
Do not Call
then-
it that.
Don't
I
say
like
that.
that. I mean, he's
Don't-
got
don't
all right.
tell him
He's
that.
got the very kinky, strong like bull hair. Now my son Camden, my older son, his hair is a little bit like my boy from what's his name? God damn it, light skinned dude
Oh.
from New Jack City.
Holy shit! I
I'll
thought
be
it was
right
a
back.
recent thing.
I forgot
Uh,
to do the tags on the show. I'll be right.
Light skinned dude from New Jack City, G Money from New Jack City, or Laz Alonso. He got that Laz Alonso type of wave, you know.
For the
And then-
Lonzo Ball.
But
type of
Lucy and Peyton have almost the same hair structure, even though they have different moms.
It's really interesting, but hair stuff costs a lot. And I think to Dutch's point, like first, everything doesn't work on everybody's hair.
sure
And he was
doesn't.
saying like, and it's crazy because like for a lot of white hair, or I don't want to call it non-ethnic, but for a lot of white hair, I noticed that they
Caucasoid
can use a
hair.
lot of
You
similar
can interchange
products.
it. You can interchange it a
We
lot.
can use
yeah.
a lot of similar products, but what it really is that for the more kinky or coily your hair is, the harder it is for the natural oils that come from your scalp is to penetrate the end of the strand. And for your
Mhm.
hair to get long, the hair at the end of the strand is the oldest. And for it to stay moisturized and not break off, split, and be dead, it needs oil.
Yep.
So for straight hair or like more white people hair textures, those oils are able to penetrate the ends of the strand easily, so their hair can grow longer because it's getting the moisture that it needs. But for us,
Right.
depending on what your hair can take and the combination of products, certain things might work for some folks and not others. But I think that it's kind of unfair in pricing because now we're paying 20, and the most I paid $25 for one bottle of hair stuff. You know what I mean? Like I've paid
Mhm.
25. Like when I go get hair stuff from the beauty supply, that's why I go to the hood. Because when I'm paying that, if I'm in a white neighborhood where they don't have a lot of black or ethnic hair care products, not only am I paying a lot, which is already expensive, I'm paying double. Like, so I'm seeing that same bottle for like, $35.
$30-$40.
And then
yeah.
I'm paying $70 for shampoo and conditioner, like legit $70 type of deal, depending on what
It
the
doesn't
brand
taste
is.
that. It doesn't taste that bad. It tastes like soap.
Why
mixed
are
with
you
coconut.
eating it?
The caucasity.
I just
Why are
got
you
curious.
doing that?
I didn't
got
eat
curious.
it.
But I was
didn't
just
eat it. I touched a little bit of it to my tip of my tongue to see what it tastes like.
he better it's giving a pimp named
still inject-
Slickback. He said
Right?
he a
Much
pimp
like-
named Slickback, and you
look
gotta say
like-
the full thing like a tribe named
like a
Quest.
tribe called Quest.
You look like my man in Superfly.
But I was just saying, Dutch, how for a lot of white hair textures, like a lot of the products are interchangeable, but for us, it's really not always the case, and it's really expensive in a lot of places, like price gouge because they can. So like even for me, like my hair texture is probably like 4AB, and which is considered more fair for black hair textures, and it's still very difficult for me to find products. So some of my counterparts who have to find other products that work for them, like it's really difficult. And it's also like it takes a lot. Like they tell you can't put too much heat in it, but you can't let sweat too much. You're not supposed to wash it too much, but you still got to wash it, and you got to put oils in it, but it's hard to, you're not supposed to manipulate it. And like all this, there's like all these rules to like be able to make black hair look presentable.
But
Quote,
what
unquote.
is presentable?
Who made the rules for
Because-
presentable?
That's
what
why
wanna
I kind of
It's
like
frustrating.
the natural kinky hair wave that's going on now. And I fight.
Wait,
I
what
fight
do you
the
mean by natural
socialization.
kinky hair wave? Wait, what do
Like
you mean
No.
by
the guys and ladies just wearing the hair as naturally as it comes out their hair. They might put moisturizer and stuff in it, but they're not straightening it and stuff like that. No
that?
process.
Oh, okay.
You
Like
know what I
Afro
mean?
textures.
Yes,
Afro
but even
textures.
kinkier. Like
Time out
hold
though.
on. Can I finish my my thought?
Yeah.
Though? What's weird is I find myself fighting the conditioning and socialization that I got coming up from inside my home and from the world in general that your kinky hair is bad. So when I see
Yeah.
it, I have to fight that ingrained urge to be like, ugh, he needs to comb his hair. You know what I mean?
But you
Go ahead.
can't let your hair get
Oh yeah, you can't let it
matted.
just get, yes.
You
of
know what I
course.
mean? Where I
You gotta
see,
wash it and stuff.
I seen dudes head to be like, oh, I'm going for that natural. I'm like, dude, I can see where you wear a hat and where you don't wear a hat.
Yeah.
You
just
need
woke
to
up
get
and
some
came out the
air
house.
and get some of
Here's
the
something that's
build up
interesting.
underneath. Get some of that up out of there. Wash it out.
Yeah.
Get that up out of there, and then
You need to
rock
wash
it
your
natural.
hair. You still need to condition it. You
Yeah.
still need to oil it and things
They-
like that.
People use the natural tag
To
to
be
be
lazy.
hygienic sometimes, and I
Yeah.
don't like that. Like
So
pick your
here's
shit-
what's
no, you
interesting.
pick your shit out.
I don't know if y'all have seen Florida hairstyles, but they have something that looks like a dreadlock, but it's not really a dread. It's like way thicker, and sometimes they have it in
Oh, yeah.
styles that look matted or look unkept. But what I had to learn is that first of all, that they're actually Kodak Black used to wear these kind of styles, and the people that used to be around him.
What did they
What I
call
had
it?
to
Call that
learn-
plaits? That's
No.
not plaits.
No,
right?
it's not called plaits. It's called something else. But what I had to learn, because I used to see that and be like, this is repulsive. Like, this is just like, why are they
You're
doing
not
that?
taking care of
But
your
then
locks.
I saw, like, you're not taking care of your locks. That's what I thought. But then I actually saw somebody on social media like explaining that, like, in Florida, that is a very cultural type of hairstyle. And even though like I don't live in the South, definitely not the Southeast, it was like it is something that is a source of pride to them. You know what I mean? Even though it looks unkempt to everybody else. And I think to Haas's point of like conditioning is that black hair is
Oh, it's called
policed
Wix.
so much. Wix.
called
Can you
Wix.
pull that up? Can we show that on the screen so y'all know what I'm talking about? Well, but
I'm gonna send.
think that black
do
hair
that.
is
We'll do that.
policed so much that sometimes we see stuff and automatically be like, because I
Wix
guess
is
like
WICKS. By
I'm
the
on
way.
it. I got it.
yeah, plaits, braids, yeah, but it's like not like cornrows. Yeah,
That's exactly what I
this-
pulled up right there.
Yeah, like this right here. And I remember seeing this and being like,
My man.
I know doggone well you didn't leave the barbershop looking like this on purpose. But
And
you
he
see, he
did.
has a very crispy lineup. Like
Yeah,
it
the fade is good.
together.
Fade is
It
nice.
is like it is well. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I don't know. I had never seen it, so I didn't know what it was supposed to look like. But it looked like that, and the lineup is there. So he saw a professional and left a professional's chair. And so at the end of it, I think that sometimes, like, you know, we see black folks with different hairstyles. We got to give folks just a little bit of grace. I don't know if you
Yeah.
did that on purpose.
Now,
or
if
not.
I saw his hairstyle though, I wouldn't get that urge. I'd be like, okay.
Well,
that's-
he has something that's a little bit more neat. But what if you just like in between haircuts? You know what I'm saying? And like
yeah.
And that's one thing that sucks.
tons of mice, friend. He not finna keep on coming on here with these birds. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it with you. What time is it? I only got about 7 more minutes on here. Tons of mice, and you are not finna ruin them for me.
Oh, here's Kodak.
You are not finna ruin them for me. Tons of mice. We were doing
Oh,
good.
come on, advertisement. These are Wix.
So right. So you see how his hair is not. It looks like he might be in between lineups. It doesn't mean that his hair is necessarily unkept. Like
No,
it is
because that
done
you
this
can tell
way
that
on
that's very purposeful.
Yeah,
got the
but when I
tarantula
first
going
saw
on.
him doing that, I was like, it's giving palm tree. Why is he doing that? But also, like I said,
But
I had
it's
to
a cultural thing, yeah.
Yeah, I had to just be aware and check myself and be like,
Yeah.
I'm
Wait,
saying
no,
that-
no. I'm pushing back because I knew if I looked long enough, I would find somebody to disprove Anna's point.
not
Because I was
if
like,
I
there's
look
no.
long enough.
I know there's no way that can't be the way it's supposed. No, this is how it's supposed to look.
But those are more like locks. But he
There-
has also
there's
you also
several-
have to
there's-
understand he has a different texture of hair though.
Hey,
this is
hey.
a finer texture.
Hey, I'm not here to prove your case. I'm here to prove mine. That makes way more sense as Wix, where it could be several locks in one lock, as opposed to your shit is just up in the air at some random ass
But
angle
that's what they
because there was
wanted to
no
be-
plan in place.
I've
There
never
was
seen.
no plan
I've
in
never.
place.
These look like locks closer to locks to me. I've never seen Wicks look like this. And also, I'll say he has a way finer hair texture, and you can even see at the root of his hair, like his hair is wavy at the root. Kodak Black hair texture ain't
Teacher
like
said
this.
he's fine.
This man has hair texture. This looks like my own hair texture. Kodak Black don't have that hair texture. Kodak Black hair is never going to look like that guy's hair.
I don't know. If he watched it, we could see.
Well, I don't know how often he
That
watched.
that could be something too. You know,
It
all
might
I'm
be
saying
there.
is this: if I can see dandruff, if I can see dirt, you need to do something. You know what
Locks
I
are a
mean?
lot of work. That's why I don't have them.
They are a lot
Right.
of work.
They're more
I
work
got-
than what I currently have.
I got
so.
the sunroof, so I can't grow none of that.
Hey,
had
don't
the
worry
George-
about that. We
The
got
George Jefferson locks, I have them all on the sides and the back.
Hey, You see, Stevie ain't gave up
I had
his.
it, Stevie. That mug got like 3 braids. He got 3 braids and it's 7
Don't do
strands. And
Stevie.
it
Do
is
not
7
do Stevie
strands.
Wonder.
Hey, right is right, wrong is wrong. He got 7 strands.
Lil
in
Wayne
front of
ain't
them
letting
braids.
go of his dreads neither.
And he terrible too. He's terrible as well.
He got one dread that's hanging
I
on
was-
by
you
his
know,
thought.
I was listening to the Carter One on
Hanging on
Spotify,
by
and they had the
thought.
album cover. They had the album cover on my phone, and I'm like looking at that, and then like you look at a picture of him now, you're like, God damn,
Keep drinking
aged-
lean. Y'all be
he
all right.
aged bad. He aged bad.
Keep drinking lean.
It's the
Y'all be all right.
drugs. It was the drugs.
God bless it. I was like, man, I'm so glad that I never did drugs.
Can we talk
Just
about white hair now?
alcohol and
You better,
and-
yeah. Let's talk about white hair.
All right.
What
It's
you wanna say?
everywhere.
Yeah, it's there isn't really much conversation. It doesn't do anything I tell it to do. So
what I love about it is that well, this is across races, is that people with curlier hair want straighter hair, and people with straighter hair want
want
curlier
curlier
hair.
hair.
It's we just have this freaking this hedonistic adaptation about ourselves that we're always wanting the thing that we
FOMO.
don't have. Yeah. It's like you buy a car and you love it for 6 months, then you kind of start picking it apart. Oh, I don't like this, I don't like that, blah blah blah. You know, I have to try to fight that. Once I got familiar with that term, hedonistic adaptation, and what it meant, you just notice it in your relationships, you notice it in the things that you have, you notice it in the things that you desire and your ambitions and stuff. It's like part of that is the drive to continue to be better, but part of it is just you got to pause and have some gratitude, you know. Because one day I was shitting on my Mountaineer when I still had my Mountaineer. I was like, God damn.
You
And
were
it was
shitting
cold.
in it.
I was shitting on it. Like, I can't wait to get rid of this car. And it was cold outside. And the Mountaineer had the best heated seats I've ever had in my life. It was cold as fuck outside. I'm shitting on the car because it's loud, it's making sounds and shit. And then I see a dude riding a bike, and it's like 19 degrees outside. And I'm like, let me shut the fuck up. Let me. I said to myself,
mind.
"No, shut the fuck up."
Never
You
mind.
know,
me.
let me shut the fuck up. And it reminded me of Robin Sharma when he said, you know, I used to complain about my shoes until I met a man with no feet.
Amen.
Hey
Like,
Brent,
damn. What's up,
Big-
Brent?
Big Brent in the house.
big
We're gonna go ahead and do this humidor.
Tune into our Sunday show. Well,
Okay.
before Anna leaves, she only has a few minutes. Let me.
Okay.
Can I show you guys this real quick video first? It's 2 minutes.
Are you
Um,
new?
Is it
This
2
is-
minutes or 2 minutes with pauses?
It's 2 minutes and 21 seconds.
We can't play
Okay.
2 minutes of straight somebody else's video. They'll take it down. gotta break it up.
Probably can on this one because it's 50 years old today, or actually 50 years old a couple days ago.
Who owns the
But-
rights?
Exactly. Is it the
Well,
mouse?
you'll have to see what it is here first. So I'm gonna play this for you guys. Is this the right screen? Oh, nope, it's not.
Uh-oh.
It's not the right screen.
Almost clicked the wrong tab, Dutch. Don't do that.
No, it's not. I have to. That's not what I did. Not what I did. I always forget to
Gosh.
share.
You
I always
know what
forget
we
to
should
share the
have
audio.
on these shows? We should have an inappropriate joke counter at the bottom of the screen and just
But they
see what
continuously,
numbers we can get up
use
to.
they use the click the right tab joke too much. It's not funny anymore. It stopped being funny a long time ago.
Just because you're not
To
laughing
you.
doesn't mean it's
New
not
material.
funny.
To you.
Sorry.
Find new material. All right, so this took place at
Don't
the
be
Academy
gagging
of
them
Thank you,
Lord.
Tons of Mice, for the sub.
Oh, thank you, Tons of Mice, for the sub. He just rescribed. Thank you, resubscribed.
Come on,
This
resubscription.
is
Bring on
this
the
took
birds.
place earlier this week, 50 years ago.
Don't do it, Mikey.
This week. So I just want to show you this real quick.
I learned a great deal from a director named
At the Academy Awards, of course.
Ingmar Bergman. Often to be most eloquent
Roger Moore
is
about
to
to
be
slap the
silent.
shit out of her.
You're quite right.
This came up because of the Chris Rock slap, actually, that they were like, oh, this was worse. And you'll see it.
The film we've just seen has said it all. I think we should say that those nominated for the best performance by an actor are
Marlon Brando in The Godfather.
Michael Caine in Sleuth,
Laurence Olivier in Sleuth.
Peter O'Toole in The Ruling Class,
Paul Winfield in Sounder. The winner is
I just want to say for the record, I don't know how Sounder got in there, but
Leave
Okay.
brother Paul Winfield alone.
Sounder was a good movie, but it's a kid's movie. It's a Disney movie. But anyway, here we go.
Marlon Brando in The Godfather.
For Marlon Brando and The Godfather, Miss Shaheen Littlefeather.
So what they said there is this is Shaheen Littlefeather. She accepted the award for him on
I
behalf of
remember.
Marlon Brando, and here's
I've
what she
seen this
says.
before.
I'm trying to skip past the guy.
Hey, hold on. Dutch. Pause. Can you turn
Yes.
it down a little bit? It's very, very shrill. Can you just turn it down a little bit? It's that old ass microphone. It's
that?
not very
So, my name is Sasheen Littlefeather.
How's that?
much better.
Better?
I'm Apache, and I'm president of the National Native American Affirmative Image Committee. I'm representing Marlon Brando this evening, and he has asked me to tell you in a very long speech, which I cannot share with you presently because of time, but I will be glad to share with the press afterwards, that he very regretfully cannot accept this very generous award. And the reasons for this being are the treatment of American Indians today by the film industry,
So what you heard there was booze. I'll let her finish the speech. Booze and some cheers.
and on television in movie reruns, and also with recent happenings at Wounded Knee. I beg at this time that I have not intruded upon this evening, and that we will, in the future, our hearts and our understandings will meet with love and generosity. Thank you on behalf of Marlon Brando.
Hello?
That was 50 years ago this week. So Tons of Mice puts in the comments, turned out she was white, not Native American. That's actually not proven one way or the other. There are people who accuse her of not being Apache because she wasn't registered. Her father wasn't registered as an Apache. I actually did some diving into this. So I'm
don't
not
have to
sure that
register
what
your
you typed
gun.
is correct. There are people who accuse her of this, but the point was this.
Of course they
Um,
would. Fuckers.
Well, after
Does that
this
make the
took
facts?
place-
Does that make the facts not facts, motherfucker? No. Anyway, I'm sorry.
Right. No, that's fine. But I'll just make this quick point and then be quiet. After this, John Wayne had to be held back from her by 6 security guards.
Fuck him
And
too.
Clint Eastwood and
Motherfuck him
Raquel
and
Welch.
John Wayne.
Well, Clint Eastwood and Raquel Welch both made fun of her later on in the Oscars. They apologized to her 48 years later. Now again, there was a campaign against her. There were people saying that she wasn't.
We all
fully
know
Native
we all
American,
know where Clint is.
blah 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 blah.
Mhm.
But it was the 50th anniversary of that, and I think the main thing is that Clint Eastwood later on came on stage and said He thinks we should have a moment of silence for all the white cowboys killed in Hollywood films.
Which is crazy because cowboys were literally Spanish and black folks.
Yep.
Like, and
Those
then
were the
that was
first
adapted
cowboys.
for TV.
But he was talking about the ones who died in the movies.
Yeah, in the
pretend.
movies.
The
Because
They
characters.
pretend died.
Well, isn't this the same man was also talking to a chair?
Yep, same dude.
Okay.
Basically, what he was saying is, let's pour out a little bit of our 40 for the people who died pretend, just like we died, just like Wounded Knee is pretend.
Yeah.
Because it's also a 50th anniversary of Wounded Knee, for that matter. Which I don't know if you guys know what that is or not in the chat. I'll let one of you guys talk from now on. But I just thought this was interesting to pull up. So your thoughts.
Hey, history keeps repeating itself because we keep, as a country, avoiding history.
They wouldn't even let you teach it. No.
Nope. They're like, hey, stop talking about that black stuff. We're gonna talk about the French stuff. We're gonna talk about this other stuff.
How about the Greeks?
We can still talk about that, but
The
we can't talk about the people who the Greeks went and learned from.
The Chinese.
Nope. We can talk about that.
The Ottoman Turk Empire.
Yeah.
The fall of Troy.
We're not
but
gonna
they will
talk about
get
the
you Black
Moors,
Wall
though.
Street.
We don't want to talk about the Moors.
Hey,
I wish you
Sicilians,
guys
what's up?
I wish you guys had more time tonight, because actually maybe we'll do this next week. When I was on my Twitch stream a couple days ago, one of the viewers sent me a video, which is always a little bit like, I always have to hold my breath whenever I look at it. But I have to tell you, this was one of the best videos I ever watched. It was from 1947. And maybe next week we'll play it. It was
This is the black and white video of the dude.
it's a black and white video about propaganda, Nazi propaganda specifically. I don't know if you know the one I'm talking about. It was so fucking incredible. It was probably 20 minutes, so we don't have time to watch it tonight because you guys.
Okay, it wasn't the one I'm thinking about.
But we will. If you guys are good with it, we'll watch it next week, or maybe if you guys or on
Okay,
Friday or something.
what the hell is it about? You just said it's a video about Nazis, and I'm not sounding excited about a Nazi video. Can you give me something
about
to
Nazi
make it
propaganda
sound-
and
Can
the
you make
dangers of
it-
Nazi propaganda?
Can you talk about it in a way that makes
If
me
I
want
told
to
you it was one of the
do it?
best videos ever watched, you should trust me, Mikey, because I'm a trustworthy guy.
I don't trust myself. I don't even. I have to set 10 alarm.
I don't
clocks.
trust me, man.
I have to set 10 alarm clocks every morning. What are you talking about? Trust.
It had to do basically with the propaganda that was taking place in the United States about white nationalism, and the similarities that that had to what was the exact same conversations that were taking place 15 years earlier than that in early Nazi Germany.
That sounds like an interesting video. That sounds more interesting than, hey, there's this Nazi shit. You guys are gonna love it.
I didn't say it was Nazi. I said it was about Nazi propaganda.
Yeah, that's what he said.
I'm finna get up out of here. Brent, connect with Dutch and hit me up for Sunday. But to the 9 people watching this, check me out on Left Angle Without Eyebrows and see if you think that I look exactly the same or not. I would love to know. Maybe I'll come online without eyebrows more often. Maybe not.
Anna,
will see
you
you
ain't
in
never
Jamaica.
looked ugly a day in your life. So get the
Not
fuck
one
out.
day.
You haven't seen me all the days of my life.
Not
How do you know? Birds aren't real.
And on that note, I'm finna hang up on y'all because I'm not doing this with you all.
Love you,
Good
lady.
night, everyone. Have a lovely evening.
Good
Bye,
night.
Lamar. Thanks. Tons of mice. Don't do it. Because I saw you follow me on Twitter. I'm finna block you. Don't do too much.
Damn.
Don't do too much.
Can't block tons.
All right, y'all. Good night.
Good night.
Hey,
Tons is on the do not block list.
he's got so many accounts. You think you can stop him? You think one person could just stop tons of mice? It's never been done.
No.
Nobody makes me bleed my own blood.
Early humidor. Let's play the music for it. Where is it? Oh, there.
Let's
it is.
go.
Welcome to the Humidor with Big Haas. Find out what Haas is puffing and drinking tonight. If you try his suggestion and you die, that is natural selection. And the DOA podcast is not responsible for you being weak fucking sauce. So now, be one, the only Big Haas.
Hasta ding dong. What you drinking? What you smoking on?
Before you say that, or because Jenna says that, let me just say one thing Mikey and I agree on. Jenna posted on Facebook how she was so overwhelmed by her first snow. And I was like, I think we both posted memes on there. Yeah, snow number 1 might be really fucking special, Jenna, and we love you.
But just wait.
No,
Just wait.
yeah.
I ain't gotta say a word. I'm gonna just wait.
Yep.
Just wait.
I put on there the Mike Jordan meme with him doing like the looking at the tablet, like
Yeah.
cackling to himself from Isaiah's comments. I was like, Lake Michigan be like she's in Indiana. She don't even know. This
She
has been
moved to
the
Indiana?
Lake effect too.
she
Lake
don't
effect.
even know. Like she's been this was the mildest winter
Yes.
of like the last 10 years. Don't be here next year, boo-boo.
Just
When
wait.
when Melissa moved from California to Chicago back in 2010, 2011, 2011, her first day here, it snowed, and she was like, "Oh, it's so beautiful." She took a video. 4 days later, if you guys remember 2011, we had 42 inches of snow.
She was like, "What the fuck?
Fuck this!"
Was that the Super Blizzard? The Super
This is
Bowl
that
Bears
illusion.
blizzard?
Where people died
polar
on
vortex.
Lakeshore Drive.
On Lakeshore Drive,
Yeah, they got trapped.
Hasa ding dong.
Keep fucking with Lake Michigan, Jenna. She
Right.
gonna come see about you.
Yeah. That snow, that lake effect snow, it comes from the ground, from the water. It goes up. It don't come from the sky. That comes
Oh,
down.
yeah.
That comes from down, I should say.
Lake effect.
Straight from hell. Snow from hell.
We. I
Oh, let's
am.
give you I Am Iron Man.
I don't want to be Iron Man. But I am smoking on a collaboration between two storied brands, Monte Cristo and AJ Fernandez. It is the Monte Cristo blended by AJ Fernandez. Now, if you're in cigar culture, you know when you say AJ Fernandez, you're talking about one of the names synonymous with quality
Spatulas.
cigar.
Oh.
Oh
He
my
pitches
god!
for the Marlins now.
I was
So-
trying to think of the most random word possible, and spatula came out.
So Monte Cristo is one of the oldest brands and most recognizable cigar brands in history of cigars. Okay, very noted for its consistently high ratings of its different blends, and AJ Fernandez is known as one of the quintessential blenders and brands of cigar culture as well. And they kind of work together for this cigar. Usually they're in kind of a competition because it's two different brands, but they came together and created the Monte Cristo Crafted, blended by AJ Fernandez. And
It was a
oh
team
my
up.
goodness, it was a team up, and you're seeing more and more of that now. But when two forces like this come together, it tends to be something special. And I've never had this cigar before. I really try to smoke a cigar I've never had
So
before.
the filler is from one and the wrapper is from the other? Is that what it
No.
is?
Monte Cristo actually worked and said, "Hey, AJ, blend us a cigar." And so he came and actually made this blend for Monte Cristo. That's why they call it the
Okay.
Crafted. Okay. The wrapper is an Ecuadorian Sumatra Oscuro. The binder is Mexican San Andres, which works very well as a wrapper itself. I've smoked a few Mexican San Andres wrapped cigars, and they are
But I'm not a rapper.
beautiful. Yes. Now the fillers come from Honduras and Dutch.
Nicaragua.
Now, these cigars are pressed into what they call a candy bar box press, which basically, if you can see here, you can see how it's kind of flatter up here, but rounded on the sides. And it's even, all the sides are still kind of rounded, but it has a flatness to it, see? And as you can also see, the wrapper is a beautiful dark chocolate brown, much like myself. So check it out. Oh, yes. Nice and veiny, but not too obtrusive. Very, very light oily texture to it. And this cigar is really fucking good. Very good draw. It's a medium to full profile. You got some black pepper, some coffee bean. They spoke in the review of an essence of, or a experience of umami, which is kind of a sushi, but I've never had umami sushi.
Umami is all things savory. Have umami.
Okay. See that I learned something new. But no woodsy note. Not, I can definitely get the pepper, definitely get the coffee experience from it. Very good construction. Comes off in about 1/4 to 1/2 inch chunks of ash. I've been waving this thing around, so it's a little bit wavy. Got a little peak there, but that's me being animated with my hands.
Being irresponsible with that finely crafted stick.
Yeah, I am. If I was in a lounge, they'd be like, "What are you doing?" I use the deep V cut, as you can see. As you can see here, nice little waft of smoke coming off of it, just in its own existence, which is cool. Creates a nice thick smoke, which I like. I love the band. It's actually a triple band. This is the middle band. Let me make sure I got it. Yeah. Turn the light off. So it's kind of a triple band. Oh, you still can't see it really.
Too bright.
This one has the Monte Cristo crafted by AJ Fernandez is written on this. This was at the foot of the cigar, and it's just kind of the AJ logo. And then on the other side, it says Nicaraguan. And then also they have.
Does it say Nicaragua or Nicaragua?
Nicaragua. And then at the top here, they have the Monte Cristo logo and brand. But Monte Cristo and AJ Fernandez is under the bottom, and Monte Cristo's across the top. And they got the fleur de lis in the middle. Really, really eye-catching band. And for the novice cigar smoker, most of which kind of buy based on appearance, this is something that they would pick up and be very pleasantly surprised by. What else? I have it paired with a Tennessee sour mash whiskey called Pigeon River. And this is actually gifted to me by one of my clients' dads who works with a distributor, and it's fucking good. It's like 96 proof. So I'm glad I've been sipping slow, because I'd be on here slurring if I wasn't. When I take a drink of that and then I take a puff, that pepper really comes out. It really comes out of the cigar. The coffee bean is a little muted, but that pepper really comes out, and the sweetness, the little bit of sweetness that's in the whiskey, comes out as well, a little bit more. So I really like this cigar. I'm gonna have to see if I can find it somewhere at a better price point for my budget. But it's not too bad. You can get a box of 10. I have the Toro Vitola, which is 6-inch by 50 ring gauge. But it comes in Robusto, it comes in Churchill, it comes in Figurado, and it comes in Gordo. I'm really starting to like the Figurado Vitola. It's a smaller Vitola. It's 4-inch by 52. So it's a little smaller, but it's a little fatter. And it's tapered on both ends. And it makes lighting easier. And for some reason, to me, it's just a better experience. As I've matured in the cigar culture and cigar smoking, I've started to gravitate more towards the Robusto and the Lancero, Figurados, Perfectos, and I don't know why. It just seems like a different experience to me. But I've said that before. Different Vitola cigars could have the same cigar. Each different Vitola will give you a slightly different experience. And if I can find a box of Figurados or a pack of 5, I might go ahead and grab those up because I'm interested to see what the experience would be. If you look here, been smoking this cigar.
Could get a box of 10, but you didn't tell us for what.
You can get the Toro for about $130 of a box of 10. Churchill is a little bit more expensive. The Figurado, which is actually the smallest of the Vitolas, is the second most expensive to get a box of 10, which is interesting. But
they just raised the price after they heard you say it was your favorite one.
I wish I had that much influence, and then I'd have stacks. I have boxes and boxes of cigars here because I use my influence to get more cigars for free. But amazing cigar, very consistent throughout. If anything, it got a little. When they say medium to full, as you smoke, it gets a little stronger. So, if you're a novice cigar smoker, make sure you eat something. If you are someone who's experienced, this would be like, if you like medium to full cigars, this would be a great morning cigar with a nice strong coffee. Great morning cigar with a nice strong coffee. I could taste it. Pause. And on the leafer meter, I'll give it a 4.8. 4.8. And it got a little wavy. I've been animated before with cigars that held their burn line, so I just took 2/10 off for that. But really good cigar.
4.8 sounds boring. 4.8 what?
4.8. I'm honest. Hey, you missed it last week. The last time I was here. Were you here for that last one? When I was underwhelmed by the Creed cigar, and I actually had to give it a
Creed
kind
the
of
movie?
Yeah.
No, I didn't hear the Creed.
Yeah, you missed it. That was one of the ones that I only gave it like a 3.something, 3.75, I think.
Yeah, disrespectful.
Apollo.
But what did I say, Mikey? I said I wanted so badly to come on and just rave about this cigar.
Carl Withers deserves more.
Okay. Carl Weathers, yeah. If anything, two things. I'm going to always be honest about the cigar, no matter where I get it from. And then I'm also.
Did it have a higher score than the Trump 2020 cigar?
No, Trump 2020 was like a 3.5 or something like that. 3.15.
We got to do a Trump 2024 soon.
No. I wish you know what? I wish I saw a TikTok.
That's a black 'em out with ketchup.
the other day I was watching a podcast. I saw a TikTok of some dude saying that Trump should run in 2024. And when I say this dude seems severely inbred, he seems severely inbred, saying Trump, you should let him run.
Well, he's already running. So what are we what's the point?
Oh God. He's gonna get a lot of votes too. He's gonna get a ton of votes.
Trump 2024 cigar from Hellbound Hillbilly is rolled up classified documents colored brown with a magic marker.
That is hilarious. That is freaking hilarious.
All right, so we got a lot of stuff to another successful humidor. We got a lot of stuff to run through in a short amount of time that Haas has. So let's try to do a 5-minute timer on each of these topics or so.
Okay.
If we're all in agreement with that. If not, voice your grievances now, tons of mice.
Festivus is over.
What was the first? You want to hit one of yours first? What was you sent them to the Facebook, right?
I did. I think I most want to talk about. I mean, we can always talk about Tyree Nichols. I think that I could not bring myself to watch the video.
Can I describe it in a way that'll tell you everything you need to know without actually having to watch it?
Night, Brent.
I think we've seen it play out over and over again anyway, except this time. Well, in other instances, some of the officers have been black too, but I think all the officers except one were black.
I just mean the act itself. Just think of like a mob jumping beating. That's kind of what it was. Like he's already handcuffed. They're like kicking him while he's handcuffed on the ground, picking him up, punching him down to the floor, picking him up, punching him down to the floor. Like it's a cop jumping lynching. Like
they picked him up and then said, "Get down on the ground." Right after they picked him up
and slammed him back on the floor. And the guy is clearly disoriented. He's got a concussion. He don't know what the fuck's going on anymore. And it's awful. It's just awful.
Show me your hands. And his hands were already out.
Mm-hmm.
It's terrible. So
dude says, if you don't stop resisting, I'm gonna fucking baton you. And then he batons him 2 seconds later when the guy was laying there doing nothing. Like when Candace Owens comes out and says that this is a bad thing, of course she's doing it for the wrong reasons.
She's saying that because the officers were black.
They're all black. Yeah, and that's of course. But it was pretty fucking bad.
Yeah.
This one was probably worse optically than George Floyd was to me, and they were both horrible. But how do you tell someone to stand up or to get on the ground when your friend just picked them up?
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to have a pissing contest on which one is worse. They're all fucking egregious, and they should all fucking. I hope that these cops all are mistakenly placed in Gen Pop with people that they put in jail. In a way, I hope that
to show the system's broken. It doesn't fucking matter who's under the system, what
right
they are.
I've said before, and I'll say it again, that some people think that the blue lightens their hue or something. You know what I mean? And they think that they're have the same license to brutality. And for some people, I think, people talk about how money makes you more of what you already are. I think that power does the same thing.
You want to read that, Haas?
Brent Henrich says 71 orders in 13 minutes. More than 70% were already being done or unable to be complied with. It's a goddamn shame. It is a goddamn shame. And, these officers being black and some other extenuating things make it even worse to me.
They all got fired pretty quick.
Oh, of course. There's no debate. I don't see Blue Lives
Yeah.
Matter trying to defend them. I don't see anybody in the
Where's
public
Trump?
trying to defend them. You know, you see that, and you see that happened with the Somali guy that shot the young lady
In
after
Minnesota.
she ran up and hit the car and startled them at the just popped up at the window. You know, everybody was curiously silent, and he went to jail and got charged, convicted, and went to jail pretty quickly. You know, I don't hear the police unions making any type, just like Brent just said. I don't hear the police unions making any type of noise about this. You know, so
You know what Lindsay said to last week when she was on with Anna? She made a really interesting point. As a nurse,
Mhm.
she gets punched and hit and kicked. Like, imagine trying to IV a mentally unstable person.
Right.
How many cases do you hear about nurses or ER doctors or EMTs killing patients? Once every 5-10 years, you might hear something.
Right.
Because they know how to de-escalate.
Yeah.
And they're not armed.
Yeah.
And how many cases do you hear about nurses being killed by patients? Almost never.
No.
Shows
You
there's a
know?
problem with the system.
Oh, the system is, is designed to be an occupying force more than it is to serve and protect to me. And I know, please don't not all cops me. A lot of my fraternity brothers are cops. Family that lives across the street from my grandparents in Chicago, they all became police officers. So I know that there's good cops out there, but they never seem to be in these situations. How do these bad cops, how do these brutal cops all find a way to be together? And there's no officer there that is the voice of reason, or that is hey, that's not the protocol person. Is it fear? Is it fear? Is that what it is? Is that what's going on? Brent, I wish I could, but I'll be working all day Sunday. Unless
Tim
it's going to
says
be
Gutfeld said it was black on black crime. What a fucking
ads
dipshit.
on Fox. Oh, of course, on Fox News. Of course.
That's not a news show.
Yeah.
It's like it's grift.
And then you got Jason Whitlock going on there and blaming single black mothers for what happened to Tyree Nichols.
Right, that's whose fault it is. You know what? How did I not think of that?
Yeah. So my immediate question is, so who's to blame when it's white cops doing it?
Black mothers.
Their mothers.
Is the black mothers again?
Yes.
Oh yes, the black mothers are the victim this time instead of the black mothers of the officers.
There's always a black mother involved or a neighbor, black neighbor's mother.
Yeah, and the hoops and gymnastics that people jump through to blame the person of color in some way when it's obvious that it's the system. Because here's the thing, these people that are against police reform and things like that, you don't understand that who's going to benefit first? The majority. White victims of police brutality are going to benefit from these reforms as well. And the people are so small-minded, they're looking at it through the lens of, this is only going to help black people, so I'm against it.
But we keep saying it's the system, and they don't there was that video, what was it, 3 years ago, where the white kid on the motorcycle got beat to death by white cops.
Mm-hmm.
That's systemic too.
Yes, 100%. And I remember when that happened, I posted about that, see, this is what we're trying to stop. It's not just about protecting black people. We want to stop this at all because this shouldn't happen. I'm sorry, Dutch.
We have 1,000. We have 1,000. Somebody sent me a graphic the other day. I don't remember exactly what it was, but I'm going to paraphrase.
You're going to paraphrase.
No, I'm not going to look it up, but I'm close enough. They were showing other countries and how many police killings that they have in those countries, and they were something like France 215 years, Sweden 415 years, or whatever the case may be. 62 in 1 year, et cetera. And then it showed US. I think the year they cited was 2019. It was over 1,000. Like it's and again, I'm just pulling the numbers out of the top of my head, but it was hilariously wrong or hilariously unbalanced is what I meant.
You want to read that, Dutch?
Blame black women for everything. Dems lose. Black moms didn't turn out. Dems don't get the policy passed. Black moms voted for the wrong person. It's media narrative. Yep, that and the fatherless rate, which is only due to the war on drugs and the war on crime.
Right. I saw another TikTok, and it was about somebody was like, "Oh, systemic racism isn't real. It's them. It's they're too poor. Why? Because they don't get an education. Why? Because and they just keep peeling back the layers and peeling back the layers and peeling back the layers.
And you know what it always ends with?
Why?
Defame. It'll always end with, "Oh, you're just."
Oh
yeah. They always call names at the end. All right. I hate talking about this. We're going to push forward because we just agreed 5 minutes, and that was 10.
Can we talk about Tom Brady retiring again, or you want to talk about something?
No, I don't want to talk. Who cares? No one cares.
Okay.
I do want to talk about one quick thing.
Done and done. Go ahead.
One football thing related though.
Go ahead.
For you, Haas.
Yes.
The Houston Texans have just hired their third straight African American head coach in 3 years. D'Amico Ryans, who deserved the job, right? Your thoughts on that? Because it is the only reason they've needed 3 in 3 years is because they fired 2 in 3 years too.
And you know what's funny is before that they had Romeo Crennel in an interim spot, and they didn't take the interim tag off of him either. But anyway,
I don't know if I count. I don't count that one as much because Romeo Crennel has proven he can't be a head coach. But
pretty much,
Lovie
he's
Smith
had a couple of.
Did a good job.
Yes.
And who was the first guy? Dave
Culley.
He did a fantastic job.
Fantastic. Hey, here's the thing. In 2 seasons straight,
Ozzy's next. Hellbound Hilly. Don't worry. We're going to talk about Ozzy next.
The Texans weren't favored to win. I think they're only favored to win 1 or 2 games of each of the last 2 seasons. And under David Culley, they won more than that. And under Lovie Smith,
it was 6-5 or 5-4 the last 2 years. I forget.
So
5-4,
and then what Lovie did was give him the fuck you at the end,
and won and took the number 1 pick away.
Yeah, because he knew he was going to get fired. I said when
they're
he got
going to get a quarterback
get
anyway at that pick, but it doesn't. But still.
Okay, so my thoughts on D'Amico Ryans being hired. Great hire, but I'm like this. I want to wait and see what they do. Now I think that D'Amico Ryans is a very smart man. Okay, he's very motivating. He's proven himself a leader of men, very effective in calling defense.
Yeah. He negotiated that contract good too, 6 years.
Yes. That's what I was just going to say. I am very, very hopeful that he got some guarantees that, hey, I'm coming in here and there's no food in the cupboard. There's nothing in here except for a jar of peanut butter, which is the running back that's fairly good. Okay?
Pierce.
Yes. So I need time to build this. So I need 6 years, and you're going to give me a hefty buyout. Hefty. To the point of probably paying out the rest of his contract if you fire me before the end of 6 years. Because given your history, I need some guarantees before I accept this job. You know what I mean? I really hope. I'm just sitting back and waiting because if I'm not mistaken, the McNair family still runs that organization. And we all know what the elder McNair said, God rest his soul, during the Kaepernick years about the inmates running the prison, in his own words, at the owners' meetings. So
God's resting his soul, all right.
Yeah. So I'm sitting back and I'm waiting. I'm pretty sure that D'Amico Ryan's going to do a great job. I don't know what they'll look like a year from now, the next season, but I
Bad.
think
They're
that
gonna be
in
bad.
years, I think that you'll see a steady progression if he's allowed to coach and if he's allowed, and he and the GM are on the same page as far as bringing in personnel and the owner to build that franchise back up.
Yeah. There and Houston is just a shit show for sports right now. Outside of the Astros, the Rockets aren't
Right.
even a basketball team.
Yeah, and the Astros had their troubles too. So
Yeah, the
you know,
Astros cheating.
The
and I-
Rockets are really
cheating to
good right
win.
now.
I hate shitting on Houston because my dad lives there. But
I'll be living by your dad soon. Me and him are gonna be hanging out smoking sticks.
how
But,
far are you gonna be away from Houston?
north like spring?
What's that? Maybe an hour?
It's kind of like going to maybe Naperville from Chicago.
Okay, so about 45, 50 minutes, maybe an hour, depending on
Yeah.
traffic. You gotta go. You gotta take the hub. Yeah. So when
Okay.
hey, you know what? Oh, you won't be there in March.
No, I won't be there yet. We won't have bought a
Yeah.
house yet.
My we're probably gonna go down there and see
I
him
timed it
around spring
perfectly
break
to make
time.
sure I wasn't there when you went down. But I'll be in Chicago in
Yeah.
March though. So
Okay, so we'll have
Um,
to get together.
we'll have to fly Anna in and do an in-person show at Mikey's house.
That's fine. I'll come here.
Eating his cookies.
If I'm even on the show, I have a baby coming, so
That's correct.
No one cares about that excuse. No, that's not. Stop.
Oh
with the
yes.
excuses.
Oh well, no, it is 100%. A newborn baby.
No,
Ooh,
that's
you're gonna be rubbing backs, man. You're gonna be
yeah,
rubbing your wife's
you're gonna
back
be at backs and feet.
at 3 a.m. like this.
Just remember when she asks you tells you her back hurts, 99% of the time it's the lower back. With
Yeah,
the baby.
and just work your way down. Is she planning? I'm sorry if this is a too personal of a question. Is she planning to nurse?
planning to nurse.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. So yeah, you'll be up rubbing backs, man,
Mhm.
and then you'll be up. Get a wipe warmer. Make sure I get invited to the baby shower.
Too
I'll get
late,
you.
brother.
You already had the baby shower.
Y'all are mega late.
Ain't that some shit? Didn't even get an invite.
We're going to come over there and present you with gold, frankincense, and myrrh.
I'm moving.
When are you
Good.
moving?
Then whoever buys the
before-
house will get it.
Before Dutch and his minions show up with, I assume, gifts.
They're gonna say that the package
And-
will be very nicely wrapped. What's inside, there's no guarantees.
Right. All right. I got to get out of here. It's been a small slice of heaven. I love y'all.
You have no thoughts on Ozzy Osbourne retiring?
No, zero.
That was
When
my
you
point
wrote
was
that, I
gonna
thought
be.
it was a mistype. I didn't
He's-
even know what you were
No,
talking
he's-
about.
He's 70. That was going to be the joke. Like, it's a big deal on the news. He's 75.
Yeah, sit your ass down. Please
He-
let the Rolling Stones
When
dudes
we
be
watched
nice.
the Osbournes was on 20 years ago, and
Yeah.
he already was.
He was
out of his
already old
fucking
as fuck.
mind.
He's the fucking Samuel L. Jackson of music. He's been old ever since
I
I
don't
know
want
him.
him to travel. He'll probably die.
He can't get on a plane. That pressure, the changes the pressure, will kill him. He have an aneurysm on the plane. Anyway, I gotta go. My wife pulled her hamstring, so I gotta fix that.
Oof.
Yeah, that's a whole story. I don't have time to tell it, but
Very convenient.
you know. So I will talk to y'all later. I love y'all.
Love
All
you, man.
right. Talk to you later.
Peace.
Bye. And then there were two. Do you care about Ozzy Osbourne?
No.
But you're an audiophile. You didn't like his stuff, or it wasn't for you, or what?
There's a lot of really good old music, and there's a lot of old popular good music.
None of which includes Ozzy Osbourne. I take
Some
it.
people are really popular, and some people are really good. Sometimes those people aren't the same people.
Sharon Waymaker. Yeah, I don't get what I didn't even know that he wasn't retired. So Hellbound Hillbilly says he's only been retiring since 1992. I can't believe that show was 20 fucking years ago.
I saw him in 07 and we couldn't understand him. They wheeled him out on stage. He should have been done back then. Sold Ozfest and all that shit. Like, come on, it's done.
He sold Ozfest?
Yeah.
To who?
Whatever, it's Reverb Nation or whatever it is. They haven't been in
they
charge of it.
renamed it something else?
It's been canceled. I don't even think they do it anymore. But they sold it before the last couple of years, and then it sucked.
I thought they just stopped doing it because he was a fucking 1,000 years old.
Yeah.
He bit off the heads of too many bats. He's from Birmingham. We didn't even understood his broomy lingo. What's a broomy? Explain that word. Broomy.
Brummy.
Brummy? I haven't heard that one before. Haas had one other topic he sent out. What was it? You remember? I'll look it back up here if I can. Facebook. I know he had one more thing he wanted to talk about. Jason Whitlock. Oh, the Denver Educators. All right, that was the one. So what do you want? Do you want to, he sent us a video. Do you want to watch this video or do you want to just talk about the topic?
Doesn't matter.
What do you think? All right. Oh, it's only 2 minutes long, so it's a newscast, so this should be fine. We'll do this and we'll roll. Unless you have something you'd like to share as well.
Nope.
Did I not? I didn't. The guy got to get in a better habit of hitting the audio button. Do it every fucking time. I forget to hit share audio.
And then you narrate that mistake every time.
It's still not coming up.
Now, here in Colorado, some districts made sure those very topics are included in the curriculum.
Denver 7's Micah Smith is going in depth tonight, talking with education leaders about the repercussions of excluding certain topics from Black history.
We have guidelines and standards in Florida. We want education, not indoctrination.
After an impassioned fight from Florida Governor Ron DeSantis, U.S. schools with advanced placement African American studies classes will no longer be required to teach about the Black Lives Matter movement, Black queer studies, or reparations.
I would like to say that I think people should be really, really concerned about what is taking shape.
Devin Wright, MSU Denver Assistant Africana Studies professor, says he's not shocked at DeSantis's objections, but disappointed in the College Board's decision to give in to DeSantis's demands.
I knew after the 2020 summer protests, there would be some kind of Black backlash to the DEI efforts, to the corporate statements on inclusion.
Wright says these types of decisions will lead to students suffering.
They perhaps don't understand this anti-CRT hysteria, anti-woke ideological politics that we're in now, but they're going to suffer nonetheless if they don't get what I would argue is a fair and equitable educational opportunity where AP education is concerned.
The College Board needs to reverse their decision, and it's really harmful that, this decision comes down on the first day of Black History Month.
Denver School Board Vice President Ayante Anderson says the College Board's decision is one reason DPS leaders fought for improved Black history curriculum.
We've passed the No Justice, No Peace resolution. It was led by 4 Black women that were students at Dr. Martin Luther King Early College that said we won't shy away from our painful history.
And Anderson says other Colorado districts should consider doing the same.
They don't know that the other contributions of African Americans outside of MLK and Rosa Parks and Malcolm X, although they are great and influential, but we have to teach them about the Nat Turners and those who sat in Congress before Reconstruction was dismantled.
Reporting in Denver, Micah Smith, Denver 7.
Let me ask you a question. What the fuck does reparations have to do with why are they banning that? You can't talk about reparations now. That's yeah, I don't know. I don't know what your thoughts are on that one, but it's like the black queer agenda. That's right up DeSantis' alley. I'm not surprised that he would go after something as trivial as that because of the title. But reparations sounds like history to me.
Blacks don't get reparations, just other people.
Yep, apparently not. What would you like? What do you think, in your opinion, that you would share with white folks in America who are, at least open to listening, at least for Black History Month this year? Like, what do you think that would be the one area of focus that you would, if you had to narrow it down to one, that you would say deserves the most attention paid to it during February, during all the time, but of course during February specifically because of where we're at?
Probably the Poor People's Campaign.
There's a video on that recently. Somebody did. Somebody did. Us. So, all right. You got anything else?
Nope.
All right. You want to sign us out?
Goodbye, everyone. We're going home.
Adios, everybody. Are you jumping onto your stream right now?
Nope.
No. All right. All right, everybody. Well, we will see you guys next week. We will see you Friday here on Left Angle, and then we will see you guys on Sunday for Brent and looks like Brent, Lauren, and Attorney Anna for Sunday's show at 6 Pacific, right here on Dig on America. Go to work, Wayne.